Yeah, whatever.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Yo, you good, yo?
You are such a liar.
Yeah,
It's lit.
Let's
period
go.
I, period of. And that's on period.
Hood chatter.
What's going on, everybody? I am back again. I'm your host, Doc J, and welcome to another episode of Hood Chatter. Okay, we are audio therapy geared for the everyday person looking for an outlet for friendly advice, truth, laughs, and sarcasm. Okay, we are back with a brand new episode, and this week, it's just us. No testimonial, just us. But I do have some audio that I want to play for you later that coincides with today's topic. And today's topic is our relationships, love, and respect. Our relationships, love, and respect, right? So we're just going to get right into it because love and respect should be at the forefront of every relationship. And that's whether you're in a heterosexual relationship or a homosexual relationship or a partnership. What all of us want is love and respect. Okay? So the Oxford Dictionary defines the word relationship as this: the way in which two people are connected, right? Oddly enough, the New York State government on the website has a definition for healthy relationships, right? And they say a healthy relationship is one that involves honesty, trust, respect, open communication between partners. And they take effort and compromise for both people. There is no imbalance of power. Partners respect each other's independence, can make their own decisions without fear of retribution or retaliation, and share decisions. However, check this out. The definition for a bad relationship is found on the Planned Parenthood website. Exactly. But listen to this. Planned Parenthood defines a bad relationship as lying, cheating, jealousy, and disrespect are signs of a unhealthy relationship. Okay? So it's trying to control a partner. That includes keeping track of where they are, who they hang out with, checking their phone or email without permission. Okay? Who knew that Planned Parenthood would hit the nail on the head? Lying, cheating, and disrespect? That's crazy. Trying to control your partner, keeping track of where they are and who they hang out with. How many people in relationships or how many people have you been with that the relationship went south because somebody's always trying to keep track of where you are and what you're doing and where you're going? And we talked about in the other show, on the first show, come on, playing with somebody's phone and getting in their email without their permission, absolute no. Okay? So I want to get into a question right now. Today, we're going to break this into 3 parts. And this is going to be commitment and monogamy, cheating, and then the benefits of working on your relationship. So my question is commitment still alive today? Okay, is commitment still alive today? Or is cheating and infidelity the new norm, right? Because in today's fast-paced, trending, social media, instant gratification society that we live in, like really, does a committed relationship still exist? Or is monogamy a thing of the past? And I'm talking about like true faithful, like committed to your relationship and to your family. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about innocent bar club flirting, dancing. Okay. Because we all know everybody wants to feel desired and know that even if they're not available, they still got it. You still want to know you possess the power to attract the opposite sex. So I'm not referring to that at all, but I'm talking about when you consent to being in a relationship with somebody, is the idea of monogamy still taken seriously these days? And it's my experience professionally and personally that oftentimes people enter into relationships fully intending to be faithful, right? However, we know as relationships develop, situations and circumstances come up, challenge your discipline. They do. And we all know we have the ability to be disciplined, but our ability to stay committed and disciplined is definitely a personal choice. But with that, I will say that there are instances in a relationship that can push the other person away, right? Lack of communication, lack of intimacy, lack of personal growth. Some people give up on themselves, and other people give up on their relationship and really just become emotionally unavailable. Sometimes tragedy arises or financial hardships, and that really then allows you to see the true colors of your partner. So I do believe that there's some different factors that play into the strength of a relationship. But the question here is really to the mindset and not the outset factors. Because we all know shit happens, really, life be life, and there are a lot of things that are completely outside of our control. But when we begin a journey with another person, is your mindset geared towards being faithful going into the relationship? Like, people have their own construct of what cheating looks like, but I can say most people are not okay with the idea of being cheated on. Now, I can say this is oftentimes something that a woman has to go through and deal with from a man, right? When a man cheats, a woman is expected to eat that, right? And deal with the apology. And if your man is really about that life, then it might come with a gift. But when a dude gets cheated on, all bets are off. Okay. Men cannot fathom the idea of another man hitting their girl from the back, right? And I don't care how many apologies a woman would give, that's not going to suffice, because a woman is instantly deemed a hoe or a whore or a thought. But the same rules do not apply to men who oftentimes are habitual cheaters. But I do believe that we know ourselves and we know what we're going through when we're going through. And most of the time we know what we need, what's not working for us. And cheating many times comes from built up anger, right? And then it's used as a tool for revenge or trying to level the playing field or a way to feel better about something that went wrong, right? And we have to start to adopt a different policy. And maybe that'll encourage more commitment, right? Um, we have to start being honest. Honesty before anger, right? Really being honest before anger, because a lot of the times, we build stuff up in our heads so much before having a dialogue about the things that are really bothering us. And by the time we talk about it, it becomes an argument, and you're so frustrated and angry, oftentimes over something that has been built up and you let overwhelm your spirit. But in those times, to prevent ruffling the feathers or getting into an argument or hearing what the other person have to say, we often stay quiet in times. And instead of communicating what's going on with us in that moment, we let it build up. So let me say this, whether you're in a relationship or seeking a relationship, let's start to evaluate our motivation, right? And our mindset and really check ourselves, because you might find that you're entering into relationships for the wrong reason. Or you might be in a relationship and you just genuinely wasting somebody's time, right? Which is ridiculous. And don't let nobody waste your time. Like, real talk. Don't let nobody waste your time. Now I came across this clip, right, on Instagram, which absolutely went viral. So I would imagine that most of us have heard it, but I do want to play it for you now, because real talk, it is so real, and it directly relates to today's topic of our relationships and love and respect. And it so falls in line with the essence of commitment and monogamy and cheating. So let's get into it, and then we could break it down. Okay.
Me, great, because I love you. I never wanted to not be with you. I never wanted to be without you. I want to do life with you. But in the process of all this happening, you a liar. You got you a and I had to hear from this what y'all relationship was about. No, we not no more. I want to see other people. You act like you're the only fucker in this relationship that other people want to. No, we no. Let's be real. Let's So what we gonna do is we gonna stay together. We gonna have a beautiful life together for the rest of our lives. We gonna continue getting money together. We gonna continue raising this little girl together. We gonna have a fabulous home. We're gonna love and take care of each other. But I'm gonna other people, and I hope you do too.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
And we will never ever talk about it. Don't bring me no babies. Don't bring me no diseases. But we gonna do what we want to do outside this house because to this point it has worked.
Now, baby, girlfriend went in. Like, girlfriend went in. Like, this is old school grandma, abuela shit right here. Like, really. Because old school women were not naive. And they had their priorities, like, together in a different way, okay? But they knew when their man was cheating. And most women know when their man is cheating, okay? Most women know when their man is cheating. And, fellas, unfortunately, women are so elegant with their shit. They could be cheating on you for years and you never know it. But these women right here, they were not thrown in the towel because of that. Like, with grandma and girlfriend in this clip, they was like, you cheating? And now we supposed to start selling property and splitting up kids? Like, I worked too hard for all of that. Right? But I understand most women would not have this mindset, right? But if this works for you, it works for you. Now, for the fellas right now, and I want you to be real talk. Your girl catches you with your jump off. And what you just heard, that's what she hit you with. How you going to deal with that? Because, truthfully, if you get caught cheating, you expect for some shit to pop off, like right off the bat. Some arguing, maybe some fighting, definitely breaking up, or at least some talks of breaking up, right? But old girl came at this situation like a gangster. So, fellas, how would you handle your lady laying down the law and checking you like that? Because she really put him in his place and is teaching him a lesson, right? Now, granted, he messed up royally, right? One, for cheating. And this is for the dudes right now. One, for cheating. But two, for letting your side chick feel comfortable enough to violate. I don't know what's going on these days. I'm going to leave that for another show. But dude was not ready for that smoke. Let me say that. He was not ready for that smoke. He probably didn't even know that she was capable of starting that kind of fire, okay? And there was nothing that he could do to put it out, okay? And, okay, I know some of y'all are probably thinking, if you're in a committed relationship, why not just leave before cheating, right? And you're right. You're absolutely right, right? But I will say this. Leaving is hard to do, okay? And depending on the duration of the relationship, whether or not the kids are involved, or your living arrangements or subscriptions, because y'all know we bug out over our subscriptions, right? Especially because Netflix is limiting our users now. Bastards. But, you know, it might be health concerns or, you know, fear of being alone. Cheating shouldn't be the first option. But this is why we talk about stuff like this together, right? Because when we get into a relationship or when we're dating, we have to start asking the real questions, right? The questions that you really want the answer to, but you're too afraid to ask because of, you know, fear or rejection or fear of commitment, fear of judgment, or whatever you've gone through in the past. But we have to start really being real when we get into relationships or while we're in the dating phase and start really asking those questions. Like, have you ever been in love? Or do you love me? Will you cheat on me? And are you wasting my time? Or is this for real? You know, if you're dating, do you believe in God? If you believe, do you want children? Because those things are important. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you believe in disciplining your children? Or questions like, what are your goals for the next 5 years? Because you don't want to be sitting around with someone who's doing the same shit in 2024 that they was doing in 2019, right? Let's alleviate a lot of potentially wasted time And maybe we'll know more about who we're dealing with before things get too deep. Because we find ourselves sometimes in relationships that we wanted to be good or we were hoping for the best, but we might have necessarily knew that we shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with, right? Um, Now, I believe this goes hand in hand with commitment and monogamy and the possibility of cheating, right? When you're in a relationship, how often should you be having sex? And I want you to be real. Like, how often should you have sex in order to keep your relationship healthy and make sure that both people's needs are being met, right? Because bad bedrooms mess up good relationships. Hear me when I say that. Bad bedrooms mess up good relationships. Now, it does make a difference if you live together or not, right? Because every relationship is different. So sometimes you might have to factor in work schedules, school schedules, children, sleep, whatever. But you have to work to keep your relationship fresh. And that includes your bedroom, right? Now, it's my belief that in a healthy relationship, y'all should be getting it in at least 3 times a week, right? I think that's safe. At least 3 times a week. Now, maybe on some weeks that might fluctuate, but for the most part, 3 times a week should be sufficient, right? And it doesn't necessarily always have to be intercourse, but you should be doing something where the both of you are being satisfied regularly. And you take time to bring the two of you closer together as a unit, right? Because you got to work at that thing. You can't just coast. And let me say this, if you're not getting what you want in the bedroom, speak up before commitment turns to creeping. I'm going to say that again. If you're not getting what you want in your bedroom, speak up before commitment turns to creeping. Okay? Now, shit should be 50-50 in a relationship. And this professor and his wife say this, and I love it. The aim of the 50-50 is to emphasize that in every issue that arises in a relationship, both people have the responsibility and the best strategy for addressing it. Now, this might not work for everybody, but let me say this. I do believe that living with somebody before marriage is a smart idea, right? Because being together is one thing, but living together is something totally different, right? Because that's the time when you really see whether or not you want to stay together, or even if you like that person once the honeymoon phase and the infatuation dies, right? That's when you really find out, like, what are your goals and how that person operates. Like, you need to see things like that, how a person operates in an argument, or one of the biggest things in relationships that make relationships go south is challenges with finances. So you need to see what the money looks like, and do you have healthy financial habits? Are you okay with women empowerment? Or as a woman, are you okay with being the breadwinner? Or as a man, are you okay with that woman being the breadwinner, if that's the case? um because when Netflix is off and you finish chilling, like, do you even have anything in common? And I think living together is something that's very helpful before people get in long-term relationships, right? So let me say this. If anybody's going through the things that I was talking about in reference to being in a committed relationship, or, dealing with cheating, or how to prevent cheating, or hopefully prevent cheating to keep your relationship fresh and stay committed to each other. If you're going through this, you're definitely not alone, right? But this shit is all stuff that we need to be talking about, right? We want advice on what to wear, or what to eat, or where to travel, or where to hang out. So why don't we seek counsel with the real challenges of our life, right? Maybe not from your single broke girlfriend, or your boy who sleeps with mad women, right? But advice from somebody who will tell you the truth. Because relationships are hard, right? Relationships are hard. You're not always happy. Every day is not sunshine, okay? There are going to be days when you want to say fuck it and walk out. Like, real talk. there are times when you will feel underappreciated, and there are times when you will underappreciate. Let me say that again. There are times when you will feel underappreciated, and there are times when you will underappreciate. And nobody talks about these things, right? Like, you see the Cosby Show and Grownish and, shows that offer family dynamics with a comedic twist, right? But one of the things that I loved about the old school show, Good Times, is that they always highlighted the struggle and the challenges and overcoming, but it also displayed the hard work and the triumph and joy and pain and love that comes with working through life's challenges and how those things can strengthen your relationship. All right, so we beat that in the head. So we on to the next one.
Need someone to talk to. Need someone to listen. Looking for clarity and strategy? Reach out to the Turnaround Project. Our life coaches are here to help you on your journey to getting better, doing better, and being better. Turnaround Project, helping individuals learn to help themselves.
Let me get y'all a couple of good questions before we exit stage left, right? So hold on, because I'm coming with some shit, right? First, what is your opinion on threesomes in a relationship? I'm going to let that pause. If you are sitting next to your man or your girl right now, don't turn and look at them in the face right now. That's dirty. That is so dirty. But what is your opinion on threesomes in a relationship? That's first. Second, do you tell your partner when they no longer look the way that they did when y'all got together? You still looking at the person next to you if you sitting next to them. Don't do that. And I know, ladies, I know exactly what you're thinking first and foremost. If this mother ever tells me that I'm fat or something like that, it's going to be a certified problem. Maybe the shoe should also go on the other foot, because after a while, dudes be thinking they sexy with that belly and them tight jeans. And this is the last question I'm going to leave you with, right? Would you break up with your spouse if you found out they had sex with the same sex in the past? Digest it, breathe, take it in, process. How would you feel if you found out that your spouse had sex with the same sex in the past? And I'm not talking about being in relationships or was dealing with somebody for years. I'm talking about a one-night stand. Now, keep in mind, this is a double standard here, because women tend to get over on this with having that experience with their girlfriend in college, or, that one little drunk night, I kissed a girl and I liked it, right? But that dynamic does not necessarily apply to dudes. So I want you to take that in and be definitely honest with it. Would you break up with your spouse? And is that a deal breaker if you found out that they had sex with the same sex in the past? So throw these around. I'm going to post these online. All right, family. That's it for me today. I'll catch you next week. And remember, it's the little things that matter. See you soon.
Need someone to talk to. Need someone to listen. Looking for clarity and strategy? Reach out to the Turnaround Project. Our life coaches are here to help you on your journey to getting better, doing better, and being better. Turnaround Project, helping individuals learn to help themselves.